Hi, Sherry. Welcome in. We're going to start a giveaway in just a minute. We're waiting on the train. How are you this Saturday? Hi, Susan. Welcome in. We are going to do some digital scrapbooking on our scrapbook train. So stay tuned. This should be pretty fun. Is everyone having a good weekend so far? Oh, there's the train. All right, I'm going to start that giveaway. Welcome in, everyone. Are you having so much fun on the train today? Let's see. I haven't started one from my phone before, so I'm trying to figure that out. Let's see. Oh, there it is. All right. Hey, welcome in. Thanks, Libby, and thanks, Midwest, for putting this together. Great idea, Midwest, and awesome job, Libby. So we are going to do some digital scrapbooking today, show you what it's all about. I do have some kits available in the Buy It Now, as well as other junk journaling items. So here's for the giveaway. You can choose these stickers. They say hope, forever, cherish, and love. Or you can do these like flower steampunky ones with gears and bolts and flowers. Yeah. So that's for our giveaway. So get in that giveaway. So we're going to use Canva to start with today. And if we have enough time, we'll jump into Procreate. So Canva is free. You can use it. Let me play this again. Go back to the beginning. So here's just some of the kits I have available. And if you go to the show notes, it also shows you where you can see the previews of all these kits. So if you want to purchase one, you can. It is a bit.ly link. So if you're an audio person, it's a bit.ly/PTS, all lowercase, 54 for today's date. Welcome in. Is everyone having a great Saturday so far? All right, let's go ahead and pull that giveaway. And your choice will either be the Hope stickers or the gear and flowers. So let's see who wins today. All right, my pink tiara, congratulations. Which one can I get you? So I'm going to go ahead and pin the Buy It Now for the digital kits for scrapbooking. Let me pin. And if it's in your way to see the tutorial, just go ahead and move it aside. You're welcome. Do you want the gear and flowers or the hope stickers? So your choice. Hope, you got it. Thank you so much. All right, so if you want to buy one of the digital scrapbook kits, I usually sell them for around $10, but today they are $7 because I know a lot of you don't know much about this, so I thought it'd be a fun way to show you what it's all about. So I started doing digital scrapbooking in the early 2000s to document my girls as they were growing up, and then I have them printed into hardbound books. And several years after that, I started making my own kits because I wanted kits that I wanted the certain theme or colors to. And so I've been selling off and on since then the scrapbook kits. You can use Photoshop, you can use Canva, you can use Procreate. Shutterfly has a good software as well. Yesterday we voted, and everyone wanted to see how to use it in Canva, which is a great choice because it is free Anybody can use Canva on pretty much any device. So if you have never used Canva, let me know so I can give you a little more background into Canva. If you've used Canva, okay, if you use Canva, tell me yes or I don't know. How should I distinguish that? Canva, put Canva in the chat if you used Canva before. No, okay, perfect. Well, Canva, you just go to canva.com. If you are an educator or work at a school or some educational place, you can get the paid version for free. So just go to Canva Education and sign up with the email from that education. Otherwise, you can have most of the features in the free version. There's just some things you won't be able to do. But everything we do today you should be able to do in the paid version. So what we're going to do is just go to, so here's your Canva. I usually go to create a new design. Let me make sure you can see everything. I might have to move my laptop back and forth a little bit. So we're just going to do create a design. And typically scrapbook pages are 12 by 12, but you don't have to do that. You can do it like 8.5 by 11 if you want to print them on regular paper. You can print them yourself. I have mine bound into books when I print them for my family. So we're going to do a 12 by 12. If it doesn't say 12 by 12 because it's not your recent, you can just type it in here and change pixels to inches. So I'm going to do 12 by 12 inches and it will pop into editing. Okay. So on the side, you have all of the tools that you can use to decorate your or design your page. And as you click on each thing at the very top, you'll get more toolbars that come up just like you would on most programs. So we're going to use one of the digital scrapbook kits. I think we'll use Tea Time to start with. So on to, move back over. All right, so there's lots of elements that already come in here and you can add those to yours as well. We have our text. You can do some branding. And uploads is where you want to upload the kit that you purchased. Okay, so if you go to upload files, then you can navigate to where your kit is. And let me find mine. So this is going to take me just a second to navigate to those files and then I'll show you better. I've got just a few hundred thousands files. You know how it goes. There we go. All right. So we're going to, let's bring in our papers first. So here are my papers that come from the kit. And I'll get bigger in a minute, but I'm just going to do Control or Command A. And if there's any questions, just put a question mark with it so I see it. So I've selected them all. Control or Command A on your keyboard will select all of the files in that folder. And then I'm going to click on Open at the bottom. And it's going to take a few minutes to load. So they'll start piling in. So if you have the free version, you do need to watch your space. It'll fill up. You might have to empty some out. While the papers are loading, let's go ahead and upload and we're going to find the elements. So let's go back. And all of the kits have about 50 to 65 elements depending on the kit. Elements are just like flowers and lace and all the things you would put on top of your page. So I'm going to do a Control A, select all of those again, and then click Open so I can have those start uploading. All right. So we have our 12 by 12 paper. You can zoom in and out. You can create multiple pages. So if you do the plus sign here at the top, let me show you that. Whoop, wrong way. If you do the plus sign, you'll get an extra page. So there we're on page 2. So if you want to create a whole album in Canva, you can do that in one spot. And you can rearrange them. There's up arrows and down arrows, so you can rearrange them. You can turn them invisible, so the little eye, you can hide them and make them visible. And if you want to get rid of them, you don't like it, you can hit that trash can and get rid of it. So we'll start with one page today. And see, there's our elements. They're still filing on in. And it takes a minute to load, but I wanted to show you that live, how to get them in here. So let's go down and we'll find a paper or two to put for our background. All right. So if you click the page, it comes in and it's smaller than the paper. So I'm going to hit the trash can. If I take the paper and I drag it over to the edge, do you see that edge there? Let me set that down so it's not so wiggly. It'll pop up to the whole thing and then I let go. All right, so that's how you would do your very, very basic background page that you want to use. So maybe we'll use that, but that's how we can see them, is just drag them in real quick and see the different pages. So hopefully that's making some sense. If you have questions, let me know. I'll try to watch the chat as much as I can. You won't hurt my feelings if you ask several times. So let's start with that. And let's put a paper on top of it. So maybe this, sorry, you're not seeing it all. So I'm going to choose a lighter one. And I'm going to just click on it so it shows up, because I'm going to layer them, because that's what we love about paper crafting, is all the layers, right? So if I drag this up and down, and then if you find, let me shrink this, you can see the little, it's in a circle. Where did it go? So sometimes it'll be on the side, or sometimes at the top or bottom, but it's the little circle arrow. And I can't really make it too much bigger, but it's right there. That's how you can tilt the page, rotate it a little bit. Okay. Now that doesn't look realistic to me, because what are we missing? Anyone tell me, what are we missing? Why doesn't it look realistic? Anybody know? Yeah, we do not have shadows. So we can fix that in Canva. It's really easy, even easier than Procreate. So if I click on that top page, I want to add a little shadow. So I'm going to go up to the top here and say Edit Photo. And you'll have to come over to the side then. And when you're on the side, you can do all kinds of things. So if you have a picture you bring in, you can remove the background on it, all kinds of tools it gives you to play with. So you will not be bored in Canva. Then you can use the filter if you want to change the color slightly. But what I like to go to almost always is the shadows here. This is an effect. Some images in Canva, it won't let you use a drop shadow, but everything I've brought in to Canva, so everything you would get in the kit, you can add a shadow to, at least so far as I have experienced. So I'm going to click the shadow. And usually I just do like the drop shadow, the basic one, but you can play with all of them. And the nice thing is, once you bring it in, it's kind of a really deep shadow. That's too much for me. So if you come over, you can adjust it. Let me set that down again. So we can go ahead and change the size. So see the size getting bigger. That's way, way too big. So let's bring that back down. You can change the amount of blur. So that will help with realistic, make it more realistic. The angle, the distance is what we really want. So if I take the distance in smaller, it goes less, the shadow is less out, if that makes sense. And then you can rotate, and the intensity helps too. So I'm going to bring the intensity down. So there's all those sliders to play with. Let me click off. And now you can see the difference in the paper from before. Oh, it's okay. It's just fun to play with. It's a craft you can do and take anywhere. You don't have to bring your glue and scissors. You can even do it on your phone. So it's fun to play. All right, so that is our pages. So if you go to the notes, there's a bit.ly. It's bit.ly/PTS54. And it's also in the notes. And there's a QR code on the top of the bin. It's the one that is pinned down here at the bottom. There's a QR code and the link is there also. You can go and preview the kits. Whatnot is making me do my digitals in a different way. So hoping this will lead to us not having some shipping added to it, but we'll see. All right, so I have my papers. Let's add a picture. Today I'm just going to use a picture from Canvas. I'm going to go to Elements. And this is tea time, so I'm going to search tea. Let's just do tea time. All right, so I want a picture because we're scrapbooking, right? You're welcome. If you have any trouble, just let me know. So graphics, I don't really want a graphic because that's more like things I can add on top of my page. So if there's something else you want to add, you could do those. But there are some stock photos in here. So I'm going to use a stock photo today. So let's go to See All, and we'll bring more up. So let's see if we can find a fun tea picture. I was hoping like for somebody drinking tea, that would be cute. Oh, there's someone drinking tea. She's going to be our star today. All right, so that's very overwhelming, takes up the whole page. But remember, we can, from the corner, those dots, just get the 2 arrows on your cursor and you can shrink. Okay. And we can also crop, but let's first find a frame to go around this. So I'm going to go back over here and we're going to go to our uploaded elements again. So we were on elements at the top and we want the ones from the kit. So we're going to go back to upload. We don't have to upload them again. They're still here. So, and it saves them in chronological. So the last thing you uploaded is the first thing you'll see. So here are, there's a brooch and some buttons, some bows, a butterfly. And guess what? If you like these elements, you can just print them out on plain paper and put them in your junk journals too. Flowers, and there are some frames. All right, so I'm thinking maybe we'll do that fancy one. Let's add that and see how it looks. It's kind of a lot of pink, isn't it? Too matchy for me. So let's get rid of that. And how about the gem covered one? All right, that's better. So I'm just going to shrink that to put it over the photo. Don't worry, we're still going to rearrange this on the page so it looks like a real scrapbook. And what we have now is our picture is way too big, right? So I'm going to crop this. So I'm going to double click on my picture layer. And then it says, has all the cropping over here. Get my page to go back down to normal size. And we could, let's see if there's a circle one. Nope. But let's go with a square. 1 by 1. We'll start with that. And you don't have to just stick with those. You can do those little, see those little white lines? If you take the white line, you can crop that way. Okay, it's still hanging out here at the bottom a little bit, but we're going to cover that up with some flowers. So I'm going to select those 2. Let me put that down again so I can use both hands. We're going to drag that. Oop, let's get rid of, I'm going to hold shift down. So what I did was I dragged over to select those two, but it all this paper here. So I'm going to hold shift down and tap on that paper and let go. And now just these two are selected. So let's move her down a little bit just so it looks pleasing for our scrapbook page. That looks pretty good to me. And let's add some, like a little doily. Let's see if that will look good. And I didn't plan this out. We're just kind of winging it today, guys. I hope that's okay. Okay, so I don't obviously want the doily on top of her picture, right? So up here at the top, I can go to position. And then to the left, you'll see that you can change the position. So let's go backward. I'm going to hit backward until it's behind the photo. Backward, backward. And now it's behind. All right, let's see. You could also do a 2-finger click, and then you can go to layer here if that's easier for you. It shows you the previews on the PDF link. So there's the elements and there's the papers. So I just gave you the picture of each. So the one that we're using right now is tea time. So there's the elements. And there's the papers. So if you want like a better preview, just send me a direct message and I can get that for you later today. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so if you do that 2-finger click, we have layer, and then you can do your bring forward or bring to the back to switch what's on top here. Okay. All right, now let's add some shadows to the few things that we've added already. So you're going to click on that doily, and we'll go up here to edit photo. And then remember, it is the drop shadow, so it's always that soccer ball. And then I like to use the drop shadow one. Thank you, Punky. I appreciate that. And then we can change the distance because a doily would be pretty flat, right? So we want very low distance. Thanks, Cheryl. And then rotation, not rotation, we don't want that. I meant intensity. We're going to take intensity down. And there, it just adds enough so it looks different than the paper. And then we can add a drop shadow to our frame. Since we have a frame, we really don't need a drop shadow on this picture. So I'm going to go to the soccer ball again and do a drop shadow. And since the frame is kind of bulky with big gems on it, I think it should be a bigger shadow. Go down a little bit. All right, now let's add just a bit of clustering there at the bottom. So we're going to go to elements again, not elements. We're going to go over here to upload so we can get back to all of our elements that we've added. And let's see. Let's add a leaf. And we can add some flowers. And then I'm just going to add them and then we'll adjust them together. Let's do a yellow and a pink. And maybe this white one with the pink center. Okay, let's adjust all of that. See how big they come in? Because these are all made at 300 DPI, the best quality I could get you. So I zoom into like 300% to make sure there's no errors or messed up pixels when I'm creating them. That way, when they do print, and that's one thing you can adjust from the corners. I keep pressing the shift key because in this Photoshop, you need to do the shift so it keeps the aspect but not in Canvas. I like that, but I always forget. Okay. Let's shrink this down. I'm going to make the page a little bit bigger so you can see better. I'm just adjusting the size. I think the yellow one should be our centerpiece since we have so much pink. So let's make that pink one smaller. We'll bring that yellow one in here to take over the show. And now I'm going to go to the 3 dots and go to layer, and we'll send that back. Oh, not that far. Let's bring it forward and layer, bring it forward. Yeah, isn't that nice? And bring forward and bring forward again. And you do have the option. What I should have done there is probably like Control Z to undo real quick, but I wanted to show you that. So if you know your shortcuts, that'll save you some time. Wow, that guy looks good there. And now let's adjust our leaf. And remember, we'll start to put some drop shadows behind here. If you do, I don't have a ton of videos on the YT, but I have a few for digital scrapbooking there. So feel free to look me up there, same name. But my hope is to do more of these kind of tutorials there because it's easier than doing them on Whatnot. And we're going to send backward and send backward and send backward. And you could do these one at a time. That might be easier than bringing them all in at once. And I'm going to make another copy of that leaf. And when you make a copy, see it goes all the way to the top. So let's go backward. And that's the nice thing about Procreate. So on layering, it's easier in Procreate because you can just drag it down to the layer that you want. But there's things about Canva I like better than Procreate too. So it's just what you use. Let's go backward. And backward. And hopefully I'm not boring you guys and you're learning a little bit of something. Or at least getting inspiration. All right, that looks pretty good. And let's add our shadows since we're here. And unfortunately, you have to do each one one at a time. You can't do them all at the same time. In Photoshop, you can add your shadows all together. So let me zoom in on the cluster there at the bottom so you can see. See how much the shadows help. And then we need something in this corner. So we'll go back to uploads and find something else there. Doesn't it? Yeah, it really does. I think we need some teacups because this is supposed to be all about tea, right? Let's add our stack of teacups. Whoa, those came in big. But the reason they do come in big is because they're the higher quality. And let's add a shadow. Let me zoom that in so you can see better. All right. And remember, if you want to try it out and use one of my kits, it's pinned at the bottom. It's also the first one in the Buy It Now, or it should be. You could message me if you're unsure and want to see more previews. I'm fine with that too. And let's see what else we can add. There's a little tea bag, some tea cookies, a little pendant, and all the different laces. So these laces are really big. So we could put like an edge of lace around the page too. I like these graffitis. So if you put some graffiti in, let's see what that does to it. Click on the graffiti, and it's just like a big splotch of paint. So sometimes this is a good way to anchor your page down to the paper. So we'll have to go, I'm going to send to back, and then I'm going to take this paper and I'm going to bring it backward. Nope. And then this paper, we're going to send it to the back. Nope, we want this paper. Wrong one. Yes, so they are the junk journal kits. No, I'm not doing those at a discount. Just the scrapbooking kits, because the scrapbooking kits take longer for me to make. So they're usually 10 is what I sell them at on other platforms. So today they're for 7. I was going to add a freebie, so if I do, I'll put that in my next few shows. I have one show tomorrow, so make sure you bookmark that. So I'll get a freebie out for digital, like a mini digital kit, in case you want to try it. I just ran out of time and forgot, honestly. So that's kind of fun to see that right there. So sorry I don't have that for you right now, but I'll get that tomorrow night. I have a show, and Tuesday also. Tuesday we're finishing the bee journal. The bee journal is going to be, hopefully if we finish it, it'll be auctioned off. So you'll want to join us for that. Tomorrow's laughter and lemonade. So there's going to be some items, some digital picture images with some funny sayings. There's going to be some washi paper, printed washi paper that I'm offering that's kind of like rice paper. So come check that out tomorrow. Let's see. We need some kind of a ribbon. Let's add that curly ribbon maybe. Nope, I think that's too much. Let's add a string. Something with texture, right? And we're going to take that and we'll send it backward. Add a shadow. And I think I'll do an angled shadow on that one. And distance can go down, up a little bit. There. And let's see if we have some words in the kit. The lemon would be fun too. Can't remember if this had some sayings with it. Oh yeah, here we go. Tea, a hug in a cup. Take life one cup at a time. Let's do something that goes sideways. Let's do that one. All right, let's put that down. We can angle that. We'll add our drop shadow. Let's take the distance down and the intensity. Maybe we need something to anchor our little paper. It's just floating there. So thanks, Tweet. Let's add a little button. Let's see what we can find. Let's do a yellow button. This is Canva. It's free to use for most things. There's a paid version as well. And you can use it on any device. So that's why we're showing this one today, and it was voted on. All right, let's add a little drop shadow to our button. All right, that looks pretty good. We covered up our edges of the photo. We have a really full cluster. We could take our splotchy graffiti, and then up here at the top, next to position, you'll see these little checkerboard. That's for transparency. So you can take that and just lower the transparency if it's just to knock it back like you would paint. Yep. There's lots of other programs you could use. So there's our page so far. And that's a simple page. You could do a full page with like 10 photos, whatever you want. Let me come over here real quick. So some of the programs, you could use Procreate, which I showed right before Christmas. I think we made like a Christmas card, didn't we? But that's only on the iPad. The good thing is you get all the features, but it's a small like $10, $12 fee to get the app. But it's a one-time fee. It's not a subscription. So if you have an iPad, Procreate's a great choice. Canva you can use on any device. It's easiest for me to use Canva on a laptop, but I know other people like to use it on phones or iPads. Adobe Photoshop is how I started with Elements. It's like a watered down version of Photoshop, so it was easier for beginners. I use Adobe Photoshop mostly when I'm designing and creating scrapbook pages because I have all the features I need, and I'm faster just because I'm used to it. Shutterfly has a good software program out there. There's a lot of them, so if you Google it, you'll find a ton. I don't have experience on all of them, but those are the ones I'm used to. So if you ever need help, reach out. I'm happy to help you more. I pulled a few of the kits I thought would go well for the season and that are some of my favorites, so I'll show you those. Oop, let me go down. So summer sunflowers. And there's some example pages. And then we have a slice of summer, which is like the fruits. And there are some example pages. And if you're looking for a certain color or type, let me know. I have a lot more kits than this. Here's some example pages again. La Bella Vita, The Good Life. So it's like wine in Italian. Yeah, I use InDesign for printing when I print my pages for junk journaling, but I don't design in InDesign. But you totally probably could. I don't think it offers you as many features as other programs. But if you have InDesign, you might get the full Adobe suite and have Photoshop too. The Herb Garden. And there's some examples. Tea Time. There's some examples. And we have about 20 minutes left, so let me know if you want to see more, like how to download a page in Canva or how to order a page, or if you want me to show you a little bit in Procreate too. I'm fine either way. Or if there's something else you want me to show you using Canva, let me know. And then we're going to go see Midwest Merchant. So excited to see what she has. All right. And with this page, you could also add a big title at the top too. So let's do that. You can go to your fonts. And here's probably where you'll notice a big difference in the paid versus free because the fonts that they give you a lot more in the paid version. So you're going to add a text box. Let's do heading so it's automatically big. Or you can also look through their pre-made templates of fonts or words and go with something from there. Is this... yeah, I do have, well, it's free for me because I'm a teacher. They give teachers the paid teacher version that is like a paid version for free. So it is like a paid version, but I don't pay for it. So if you work at a school, you could probably get the paid version for free too. But I would suggest doing the, yeah, I would suggest using the free version to see how far it gets you and whether you need more. So let's try adding one of their words first. So if we go to Supermom, let's add that in. And we'll just be boring and we'll make it tea time. So right now these are grouped together. So if you click on both, you'll see you can ungroup it if you want and then regroup it later. It might be bringing all the elements from. Yeah. I think font would be where you might miss it is the only thing. But try it out for free. And see, that's why you see all these little graduation caps. I'm getting those ones for the education version. All right, we'll double click that. Sorry, I didn't show you. Let me go back. I just start doing without telling you. Sorry. So if you double click, then you can type over it. Good, Punky, I'm glad. Ooh, T. And then we can go down to Mom. And if it doesn't let you click on what you want, that's where you might need to do the ungrouping. Tea time. All right, so that orange definitely is not working for me. So we'll go here to the A. And the cool thing about Canva that I love is once you click on the color, it shows you colors that are already on your page. So I love that. You can also go to the color picker, choose your color, or you can choose like the eyedropper. So you can go and grab a color from the page that way too. So if I wanted that color right there, I could grab it. And I think let's try that yellow that's on that page. That could work. All right, so then I would think, well, the T is kind of hard to see. So let's see what else we can do. With the T, we can go to Effects. And right now there's just a little lift shadow on it. So what I'd probably do is Outline or one of these others, but let's try Outline. And it puts an outline on it. Now I don't love that color. So our main color is right here, yellow. So over here, the outline color is this brown color for some reason. It's probably what I used last. So we can come here to our colors and pick a better color. And let's go to one of those pink colors so we can use that eyedropper again. Nope, that's not going to work. Let's try that darker pink over here. That looks better. So we could keep playing till we're happy. Sometimes once you get a nice color, then you can go and just make it, just a little bit brighter or prettier. So that looks pretty good. Now, the one thing that does stink is once you add an effect, you can only have like one type of effect as far as I know in Canva. So you can't add like a drop shadow to this. But one trick you could do, first let's change this black because black on scrapbook pages I don't really love. So I usually go like a dark brown. Let's try that color. No. There, that looks better. All right, so it's not going to let me add a drop shadow. So what I can do is just copy this word group and paste. And we're going to create our own drop shadow. So let's take the top one and move it over. Let's move it down here for a minute. And then this one, we're going to change the outline color to a really dark color. Maybe that dark brown again. And then we can take our tea, the colors we like, and we'll just layer it ourselves. And I think that looks good on the first one. The bottom one, not so much. So we could take and ungroup the bottom one. And then this bottom one we can throw away. Bring the top one back over. And we'll just bump it up. Maybe. Nope. And then that really sets it off. Much better than having it flat. Okay. We went really quick. We could work on our shadows better for sure as well. All right. Questions, thoughts? If you want to see a little bit of Procreate, I'm happy to jump in there real quick. Just let me know. And if you guys, I'm going to grab a drink. If you guys don't have an opinion, then I'll choose. We have about 15 minutes until we go see Miss Midwest Merchant and see all her awesome things. All right. Well, yep, I can. I don't know why it red muted you on that. That was weird. All right, so let's look at Procreate. I do have to use it on the iPad. So that's what it looks like, Procreate. But the nice thing is it's a pretty inexpensive app and it's a one-time fee. So when you're in Procreate, you have your gallery of things you've already created, or maybe it'll be blank. And then at the top right, I don't know why it doesn't focus better. But do you see the plus sign? That's where you're going to add a new file. And then you have all of your choices, like screen size would be the size of your iPad screen. So I'm going to go down to a 12 by 12. Or if you don't have one set up, let me show you that. You can set one up here with this plus sign here. And it gives you all the choices. So we're going to do inches. Let me set this down and zoom in so you can see it better. And turn the brightness up. All right, hopefully that's better. And I'll try to come down a little bit. All right, so we are setting up our page size, width, and height. Right now it's automatically in pixels, which I know a lot of graphic designers, they think in pixels. I still do not. I think in inches. So I like to switch it to inches so I know what I'm getting. So we're going to go 12 inches by 12 inches. If you have a lot of room on your iPad, keep it 300. That's the best it can be. That's the DPI. If you have multiple elements in an image, you probably can. We'll check that out. And my maximum layer is 76. So if you don't have a lot of room on your iPad, you'll need to take that down, and then you'll get. I think you would have to copy that part and move it to its own layer. At least that's how you do it in Photoshop. I can't remember exactly in Procreate if it lets you do that. So let's bring something in and check. Does that make sense? Okay. So here is our page, and I'll just give you a little walkthrough. You have all your options up here. So here's some actions. There's adjustments. This is where we would add a blur to do our shadowing. And it's probably here, Libby, that you would, you could do a freehand to choose something and move it to its own layer that way. I would probably do a freehand. And then let's come to, at the top here, you have your brushes. So these, you can go crazy buying brushes on other websites. A lot of people make brushes and sell them. Here's some that I've purchased before. And then you have your brush library, your eraser tool. This is your layers panel. So you can have all those like 76 layers is what it allowed me to have. And then here's your color palette. So you can move it around and choose your colors. So when I'm doing digital scrapbooking, I bring up Dropbox in its own window and just do like a side by side a little bit. And let's go to my starred ones. We'll do Love and Flourish because it's right there. And you can go through your papers and find one you like. But when you find it and it's full view like this, oops, sorry, out of frame, you can't bring it in. So if you go here to the preview, you can pick up this paper and drag it and drop it onto the Procreate page. It looks like it's not doing anything. It just takes a minute because remember, they're really high quality. So the less space the file takes, the less time it takes to get there. So there's our background page, and it comes to layer 6. And remember, in Canva, we have to go move up, move to front, move back. Here in Procreate, you can drag to the layer you want it to be in. So that's the nice part of that. So if we wanted to add this banner, I know it wouldn't look the greatest on top of that pattern, but we're just, for giggles, adding that in. Now that's on layer 6. We could add it whatever layer you want it to be. If you tap on, oops, sorry, that was out of frame. If you tap here, here's your adjustments. Okay, you can copy it, clear it, lock it, clipping mask. So let me show you fonts. You can add those in as well. So that would be, it's under the wrench, and then add, and then you can add your text here. You can bring your photos in this way as well if they're not in like another window like your Dropbox would be. Okay. On this side, so let me just go to another layer right here, and I'm going to click on the brush just to show you on so this is your opacity, or no, size, sorry. So that's the size of what you're working with, and here's your opacity. That's how dark it is. So then we stamp. I don't know. I'm always learning. Procreate's still a newer one for me. It's not as fluent just because I don't use it as often. But my sister is a graphic designer. So when I first started digital scrapbooking, I would be like, hey, I want to do this. Show me how. And she would show me. I thought I could get her into doing it, but she's like, I have to design things at work all day. I don't want to do this stuff, but I'll show you how. So she helped me out with and tutorials, and I had some good mentors too along the way. So if you ever want suggestions on other places to find digital scrapbooking kits, let me know. I learned how to make kits up to quality work from Lori and Heidi, their sisters who sell. And then I learned how to do digital planning stickers, like so you could bring those into GoodNotes to do your digital planning on your iPad. I learned that from Holly Pixels. Yeah, definitely. You can find anything on YouTube, right? Yeah. And if you want a certain tutorial or me to walk you through slower how to do something, just let me know and we can do some more. Lisa Bardo. Okay, cool. Yeah, I see there's lots of artists out there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn on our last giveaway. Oh, well, thank you. I'm hoping I'm not bugging or boring you guys. I know it's a lot, but I kind of wanted to give you a little bit to do something with it. All right, let's turn on our last giveaway. Thanks, Libby. And our last giveaway will be our other sticker pack. Let me find it. So it'll be this one is what you'll get. And I'll remember to put in a freebie digital scrapbooking kit in my next 2 shows. So that'll be Sunday and Tuesday. So please bookmark my upcoming shows. Sunday night we are doing Laughter and Lemonade. So it's all about picnics and laughter. So I'm going to have some funny images and some journals that are in a picnic style. I'll have some Japanese printed paper. So if you want some of that, come on in. It's kind of like rice paper. Make sure you follow Libby and Midwest Merchant. Thank you to them for the idea and putting all this together. I know it's a lot of work. Follow them. If you're on this train, put in some emojis so we can follow you. If you liked seeing a little bit of the digital scrapbooking or just learning more about these tools, let me know so I'll know to do more. Like I said, I'll probably keep more of these tutorials on the YT instead of Whatnot. Just it's easier to show you. Yes, enter that giveaway. Then we're going to go see Midwest Merchant in a minute after their giveaway draws. Thanks, Punky. Awesome. Thanks. Well, it's just something a little new. Digital scrapbooking, I feel like scrapbooking is kind of dying away a little bit. So it's always nice to, thanks, Libby. It's always nice to revisit where we started our crafting passion, right? And if there's anything else you want to see, let's try that, Libby, real quick on here. So if I wanted, let me turn off one layer so we can see. So if I just wanted part of this, are we on that layer? There we go. And I'm going to come up to that freeform tool. So if I go to freehand, let's see what it's going to let me do. And then I'm going to let's do copy, new layer. Where's our paste at? Paste. There we go. So you had to go up to the gear to do the paste. So we went to the little S tool, freehand. We selected what we wanted. Then go to your layer. We're not going to get anything. I'm on the wrong one. Let's try that again. 2-finger tap is to undo. Select that layer. I did it again. Stay on that layer. going to copy, go to the wrench, and go down to paste at the bottom. And there it pasted it. Hopefully that helps answer that question. Thanks for your purchase. All right, we're 2 minutes away. Let's draw that giveaway and we'll head over to Midwest. I know she's ready for us, I'm sure. Congratulations, Batcave. You get these stickers. It's perfect. Steampunk, right? Just for you, friend. Maybe you can share with mixed media. That's your Batcave. You do not have to share. I know you craft just as much as she does. So congratulations. All right, friends. I'm going to see if Midwest is ready for us. Have a great weekend. Hopefully I'll see you Sunday night and enjoy the rest of our scrapbook train. This is amazing. All right. Thanks for hanging out today. You're welcome. All right, here we go. There she is. She is ready. All right, friends, have a great time.